Hello, hello, everybody. First off, I'm going to ask Tara, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, I wanted to
Yes.
make sure because I couldn't hear our speaker. Normally, I can hear. Let me tell you guys right away. The very first thing I'm going to say is we are crafting here with Tara Reed. We are so excited to have you. So I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself right away before we dive in.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Reed. And wow, that countdown really makes a girl nervous. It's complete silence on this end. Anyway, I'm an artist and I am a design bundles designer. And I have been with this great website since April of 2018. And I'm really excited to craft with you today and craft with Crystal. So let's do it.
Thank you so much. And sorry, I just threw that right at you. This is new for us here, and we've really tried to bring everything in. Cameras are different because we want to make sure you guys can see us, you can see our crafts. But what we're going to do here today is, you guys know it's still the ultimate dollar event, and so me and Tara, we're just going to craft just like if you had your bestie in your craft room and you were crafting together. So you guys are going to watch us live. We're going to do 3 crafts for you guys, and we're going to do some giveaways. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so here we go. So we are going to first, let's go ahead and announce our very first giveaway as you guys are coming in. And keep in mind, like I said, this whole thing could be a hot mess today. We've got things rigged up, cameras could die. There's no telling what can happen, but that's what makes it fun, right? So the very first thing that we're going to be doing today is we're going to give away $15 store credit. We're going to let you guys, one lucky winner is going to be able to go snag 15 bundles, or you could save it. You could do whatever you would like with it. So in order to win the $15 store credit, all you have to do is use hashtag 15, hashtag 15 for a chance to win $15 store credit. And then me and Tara's going to pick a winner here in just a bit. So Tara, do you want to go ahead and tell them what our first craft's going to be?
All right, our first craft for people from all over. I was watching where everybody was bouncing in from. Gosh, we got everything covered. We're going to be doing glass etching. So I have chosen to, make sure I get on the camera. I'm going to do a jar, and this is just an Anchor Hawking glass jar. I'm going to do for dog treats. And what are you doing?
I am going to be doing a wine glass here, and then I'm going to be using this little design right here that says "Cheers to poor." This is poor decisions. It is so stinking cute. So yeah, I'm going to be etching a wine glass here. Now, go ahead.
And I'm doing so spoiled. I did print out my designs because I didn't pre-weed. This is my first time being live with you. I'm very excited. Now I'm like, did I do everything right? Okay.
Well, and this is like the first time. If you guys did not know, you guys have to make sure you're following Tara Reed over on Pinterest, because I actually go live with her sometimes. We're even going live on December 13th. We're going to be making some fun stuff over there. So make sure you all guys are following us over there too, because we're a hoot. When I came in with her live first, it was a hot mess. So that's why I said today, I don't even know where I'm at, what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be showing the ultimate event. So we're going to pull up in my screen really fast, and I'm going to show you guys. I almost forgot to show you guys the most important thing, and then we're going to dive in. But Tara, you are more than welcome. I think they can still see your screens. If you want to start prepping up your jar, you're more than welcome to dive in there. So I'm going to go ahead and start to just explain, just in case you guys are just now, getting into the Ultimate Dollar event. Maybe you guys are just now hearing about it. This is considered our Black Friday, our Cyber Monday that you guys are very used to. And so we have been running this from November 25th all the way through November 30th. So this will end tomorrow. So we are getting down to our final hours. You guys can see that we have 9 hours and 54 minutes of this event. So this is it. Now, if you guys are not a Plus member, there's only 500 copies of each one. And so once they're gone, they're gone. But if you guys are a Plus member, you guys still have access to those. You guys have unlimited access, and it's never too late to sign up for that Plus membership to grab these, unless you're past the 9 hours, obviously. So I'm just going to stroll through here a little bit, show you how it works. There's one thing I failed to show if you guys were watching me live yesterday. There's a search bar that's specially here for you guys for this event. So say, for example, if I wanted to come in here and look for something that was baking, I could type in baking and really narrow that down. Now, on top of that, look at how cute that tumbler is. I'm off track here, but another thing that you guys definitely can do as well is right here at the front, you can really narrow it down too. So say, for example, I'm only here for the sublimation designs. you can click those, or SVGs, so on and so forth. So you can click that. It's going to bring you down to those, and you can simply hit view more deal. Now, if you see where it says after party, I am a Plus member, so I have access to this, even though you may not see it if you're not a Plus member. So what you're going to be looking for if you're not a Plus member, I'm going to actually go down a little bit for a few pages. You may have to go a few pages in. So say I'm on page 5 here. You can see this one has already sold. There is 202 copies left out of 500. So you can kind of look at those there to figure out what is left. This buffalo font is adorable, super stinking cute. So are these Christmas ones right here as well.
Oh, that's
so you
cute.
guys can really see that. Go ahead.
There's so much good stuff left.
I know there is so much good stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys are just getting in, don't feel like you guys have missed. Guys have missed out on these, but look at this. Santa is judging with that leopard print. It's just adorable. Car coasters, but there is so much stuff. You just really kind of got to dig over here. But if you are struggling with those pages, you've seen that I'm on page 5. You can simply click the top bar here. And for example, I could get rid of that 5 and say I put in page 60, enter. It's going to take me all the way to page 60. So I can get a little bit further down the line. So I'm not having to go from page to page to page. And I can just go back and forth. I can go to page 23, page whatever. But I mean, look at this. Stay trippy little hippie. So cute. Choose kindness. Party in the US. So like I said, there is still so much stuff left. So now we're going to go ahead, I'm going to drop that screen really quick. I think we've got that. And if you guys have any questions about this event as well, I know Dawn is in the comments. She's there to answer those for you. And then we can answer those along the way. So like I said, just hang out with us. We're going to craft and just kind of chit chat. And if, like I said, along the way, if you guys have questions, we'll try to pop up here and see. I put so many in my cart. Hey, I do not blame you. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start mine. So are you doing pretty good there? Oh yeah, you had to weed yours. I remember. Yep.
I did.
Okay.
And can I share like all my pre-weeding history with this?
Yes, you can. You share whatever information you would like.
Okay, so I have not, I love doing etching, but I haven't done it for a little while. And so I kind of forgot how to use this masking film. It's called Auramask. And so I have both a Cricut and a Silhouette. And I decided, well, my Cricut's like there in my little display. So I was using my Silhouette and I was like, okay, I got to cut all these things. And oh, stencil material. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, stencil material. Well, this is what happened. Because when they say stencil material, they mean like an actual stencil, like hard material that you're going to like put in dab paint. So there was a little panic at first. And I was like, oh no, I totally forget how to use this. Thankfully, I didn't do this live. But I just wanted to warn you. So I did learn with Google and some testing that if you're going to use this with a Silhouette, you want to use sticker paper clear as your material. And then you still need to make some adjustments so it doesn't cut all the way through. The backing paper, you do the blade at 2, the force at 6, the speed at 7, and passes at 1. I'll hold it up. Hopefully you can read my handwriting. Just in case anybody wants to do this, you can screenshot that real quick.
Yep. Okay. Hey, and if you repeat it one more time, I bet Dawn could go ahead and take that in the notes and maybe pop it in the chat.
Okay. Okay, so for Auramask 813 stencil film on a Silhouette, you want to use sticker paper clear as your material, and then blade 2, force 6, speed 7, passes 1. So do you use vinyl or what do you use?
I actually am using just permanent, you can use removable or permanent. I just always use vinyl. So what I do is I go find colors that I've gotten, say, for example, in a mystery box that I'm not going to use, or I've purchased a ton of, or even scrap pieces. So something small like this is perfect for using those scraps.
Okay. That's what I've done like with other projects, but I thought, well, I'll just do this because when I first started designing before I ever had a machine. Because my friend's like, you should do this. And I was like, okay. And the first thing she wanted to do was signs. So I was doing some and she just told me what to buy. She just sent me a bunch of links. So I didn't know what I was doing. Bought a machine, bought my stencil stuff. So I thought, well, I might as well use it since I have it. And it works just like using a vinyl. It's a little bit thicker, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit of a different kind of plastic.
To use the stencil. I do like to use that as well. We have done a few videos with the stencil material as well. But I've just gotten, I think over the years, like I said, just using those scraps and stuff, and that way I don't have to go out and specifically buy, something special or anything like that. Yeah.
Right.
But no, I'm glad that you brought. So thank you so much for the silhouette tips, because we're always looking for those, because we do a lot of Cricut tutorials on the channel. Yeah. And so we get a lot of questions on that. And so we truly appreciate your help on that.
Yeah. And I do have a YouTube channel too, and I try and do both. So half the time I'm doing like 2 videos, one for silhouette, one for Cricut. Sometimes they're combined, but I'm starting to do them separate. Now, did you clean your glass? I'm just wondering.
Yes, I did. I did mine ahead of time. Yep. Okay. I do mine ahead of time. Yeah. So you want to clean your glass.
Yep. And I just used rubbing alcohol and to clean that, just to make sure everything's going to stick. And then I'm putting it on this heat mat so it doesn't roll as much. But I'm also going to jam some things under it.
That's me. I was going to ask you, what do you use to prop? I use 2 squeegees for my wine glasses, and it almost kind of tilts the wine glass at you a little bit. So as you can see here, it's like one straight, one's horizontal. So the horizontal one, the base of the wine glass is kind of sitting there, and it tilts back, and it kind of props it to you so you can see.
Oh, nice. Well, this is so big and flat. It's not tapered like a wine glass. So I just have it flat, and because I forgot anything else, I just threw a Cricut thing and masking tape under it. But if I'm doing tumblers, I use tin foil. And so I'll take a piece of tin foil and put it under it, and then I'll just jam it on the sides, because then it holds it. And it also helps, like if you're doing, like when I was doing the citrus strip a bit, it helps catch it if it runs, so it doesn't run totally down the side of
that is so smart.
Tumbler.
I never would have thought of that. That is so smart. Love, love, love that. I wanted to point out that I'm going back in with some tape here. You can use painter's tape or whatever, because if you do like I did, okay, I cut it to where I had enough room around, but once I got done, I ended up trimming off the excess because I was going to weed it like I normally would weeding something like a sticker. And so I was like, it's fine. We'll go back in with the painter's tape. So in case you guys are wondering here, that's what happened there.
All right. Yeah, I did try and keep extra. All right. Now, can I put it on here straight? That is the question.
Now, another question I want to ask. So before we went live, so Tara, because I always like to leave mine so we're actually doing this project first, and then we're going to move over to our second project. So as soon as we get our etching cream on here, we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to do our first giveaway. So make sure you guys are using that hashtag 15 for a chance to win. But we're going to come back to this in a minute. So the instructions does say like normally like a minute. So I was going to ask you, Tara, do you normally leave yours for about a minute, or do you have it on longer?
Funny question. Because when I was testing it, because I haven't used it in like 2 years, and I wasn't sure if it would be bad, so I tested it on the bottom. Kind of see there, and I set my timer for 10 minutes because that was my memory that I left it on for like 10 minutes, and then I went to Google just to make sure I knew what I was doing, like checked their directions, and they are like, do not leave it on for more than a minute. Absolutely, do not leave it on for more than a minute. So I panicked because it's been 2 minutes, and I went back, and it etched just fine. So.
Yeah, and see, for me, I've always left it. So when we went live and stuff too, I always like kind of do this and then set it aside and come back, because this is what I actually do. So I put it down on here, and then I'll come back and I'll actually pounce it around and move it. And that way where it's etched, it's got new etching cream on it technically, and it kind of etches it just a little bit deeper. So I was just kind of curious if you've ever tried that.
I haven't.
And it's one of those. And also, just a disclaimer, you should definitely be doing this in a well-ventilated area. So you guys notice when I'm crafting, I've got my door open here. So we're in a well-ventilated area. You've got a fan going. So always take the proper precautions. You should definitely have gloves, but I'm keeping my hands far away here.
I'm not even there yet. I'm being very careful to make sure there's no bubbles at any of these edges, because all this etching and citrus strip and all that stuff, it's sneaky. And it'll sneak in any little section. So if I was in the bathroom, where I usually do this by the sink, I would take a hairdryer to it and do like gentle heat just to kind of help it smooth out a little bit. But I did not think to bring my hairdryer in here. So we're going to use nails and fingers crossed.
Yep. You're just going to have to wing it. That's what I said. We're holding this live together with duct tape pretty much. So y'all don't judge us.
But it's fun. We're doing what I call wedding day mode. If anyone's been married, you should know about this. Basically, once the wedding day comes, something's going to go wrong, and you just got to roll with it.
You just got to roll with it.
Keep smiling.
Yep, that's
so
right.
How do you? Oh, you use a paintbrush?
I'm using a paintbrush. I use a foam brush, but like I said today, I really tried to. I didn't want to really dig around with the foam brush today because I usually been doing that. Because I didn't have gloves, I want to make sure I'm really trying to keep it nice and in line here, not on my hands.
I'm using a paint palette, like a palette knife.
Oh, nice. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, it's the artist in me had it.
I know.
And it
I was going to ask
in there nice and deep.
Now, how did you get into designing? That's what I wanted to ask you today.
It's a funny way. I'm an artist. I paint and I license my art, for anyone that doesn't know that about me, for products that you can buy in stores. And I had started doing that in the scrapbooking industry. And so one day I was just texting with my good buddy, Carrie. I don't think she's here, but I'm going to tell her to watch so she hears her name. And I was telling her like, oh, I'm putting some of my designs, my digital scrapbooking designs on Etsy, just see what happens. And she said, oh, that's fun. But you know what? I really think you should do this. Like, I got a silhouette machine and I love it. And people need designs and I want your designs. So I want you to start designing for Cricut and silhouette machines. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea what that means. So I Googled it and I just started, and she tested stuff for me for about a month before I got my own machine and was convinced that this was a whole heck of a lot of fun. And that's how, like, literally some weird text message that I paid attention to, which is kind of how half my career has gone.
I love it though. I mean, what a story though. Absolutely love it.
Even like even like Design Bundles, they had messaged me a couple times like, oh, you should come open a shop. And I was like, I don't know if I can handle another shop because I was already doing Etsy. And then I was telling another friend about that. And she's like, oh, you should. I know somebody that's been in bundles. That's a great deal. So I did, and I love it. Now Design Bundles is my favorite.
And we're so glad that you are here because we are very, very fortunate to have you here. So what you guys may not know, if you guys actually go in, maybe like, I guess it would be like, where is the Riley Blake fabric? No, you're fine.
I couldn't see the whole thing. Anyway, it's a blobby mess. Where's Riley Blake fabric?
Yes, because you're fabric. Like, which stores can you go in? Because if you guys did not know, she actually has fabric, so you can go in and actually her work, her art is on fabric. It's amazing.
Yes. Anywhere. So Riley Blake mostly sells to independent quilt shops, like in Missouri Star, Fat Quarter Shop online. There are two big online shops, but I do have a website, which is my name, tarareed.com. And you can click about crafting or click about fabric, and you can see all my fabric designs there too. So, and you guys
would definitely have to check it out.
Oh, you can't really see. Here, I'll turn this. I'm like a hoarder.
Look at all that fabric.
Lots of fabric. I'm like surrounded by fabric.
So if you guys are looking for some sewing tutorials, I highly recommend that you guys check out Tara Reed on YouTube because she does have sewing tutorials, and that is amazing. So she made a bread basket the other day, and I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
And then I got to buy bread to put in it for the video, so that was fun too.
I was like, I wanted the bread, and it was Thanksgiving time, and I was like, oh my gosh, how amazing is this bread basket? I was like, this is perfect for the rolls.
Yes.
So you guys are, we got a famous person in the house today.
So how long are we leaving this on, Crystal? What do we decide?
Well, let's go ahead and set it aside. Let's do our wine bag, and then we're going to come right back to it. So, but before we do, let's go ahead and announce our first giveaway. Here we go. Y'all ready? We're going to go ahead and hit draw. Good luck to everybody. Remember, this is going to be for $15 store credit. Keep in mind, we are hosting our Ultimate Dollar event, so give it just a little bit to be added to your account. Congratulations, Holly McClure. Thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube. You have won $15 store credit. You can save it to do as you would like, or you can use it for this ultimate event and snag 15 bundles if you'd like. So reach out to Mel at designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner of the $15 store credit, and they'll add it to your account as soon as possible. Congratulations. All right, so if you guys are ready for a second giveaway, I want to see those Christmas emojis, right? We're almost here. I feel like, well, let's do Christmas trees, right? We're all putting up our Christmas tree. I put mine up the day after Halloween, so don't judge me. Tara, when do you put your tree up?
Usually Thanksgiving weekend, but I haven't done it yet because I got a cold. I had just come back from a
Yeah.
trip and I didn't feel well, so I just chose to lay on the couch. So
Tara just got back. Was
soon.
it London? Was it
Yes,
London that you got
London.
to? Yes.
My son lives in London, so we went there, and then we went to Paris for the weekend because we could. So cool.
Paris.
2 hour and
So
15
cool.
minute train ride, and you can be from London to Paris, eating all kinds of great bread.
So amazing. She sent me a picture of it was a donut with Nutella.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. Best donut I've
So
ever
good.
had.
All right, I see those Christmas trees coming in. If you guys use hashtag 20, so now in the comments below, use hashtag 20, hashtag 20 for a chance to win $20 store credit. We're going to amp it up. So y'all don't want to miss this live. Make sure you stick all the way to the end. But we are going to now pick a winner for the $20 store credit. That means 20 bundles you can pick from this ultimate event, or once again, save it for a later time. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and move my wine glass out of the way, and we're going to start working on our wine bag. I was like, wine bag. Here we go.
Have a theme today.
We do have a theme today.
Oh,
I think tonight.
I almost need to drink my wine. I moved my wine and my jar started rolling.
Yikes. I didn't bring wine from the house because I forgot, but I made my daughter run the other day to Walmart and get me some, because that's all she can purchase is the Welching Sparkling. So that's what we've got today.
Okay.
But at the house, I've got the real stuff.
So
fancy.
One thing that's really, really important, because I've made quite a few of these and I've made this mistake, is put your wine in your bag before you put your design on it and cinch it up. And then just kind of look at where your fabric starts to get flat. Because I instinctively, if I just have it flat on my workspace, want to put it too high. And then the top of it gets crunched up a little bit. So like you want to make sure you pay attention to that.
That's pretty smart. I love that. Because see, I'm always thinking too, like to avoid so much of the bottom, at least about probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, because you're going to have that setting. So you don't want your design to go underneath. So I try to keep mine nice and high. So I say that as well.
Well,
now
also,
I want to go ahead.
Hold on.
I'm going to show them really fast, just 2 seconds. I got my wine bag. I found these at the Dollar Tree. Look at how stinking cute these are. So these are from the Dollar Tree. They come with this little bitty hat right here.
Oh my gosh. Where are you going to put a design? It's so cute all by itself.
On the back. And this is where, so it's going to go on the back, and this is where I'm going to teach you. So it has this belt on here, but you could cut it off and glue it if you would like, but I'm actually going to use my mini easy press, and this allows me to get underneath there. So I'm going to use a pressing pillow. So this is going to show you guys how to avoid all of those ribbons and all the things. So I'm going to show you guys how you could potentially add HTD to something like this. Dollar Tree.
Oh, very cool. Ahead. Now back to your concern about your design going under the bottom. So I also always, I sew too. So always have a ruler or a tape measure. And so I put the wine in the bag and then I measure. So I'm not like trying to watch myself backwards. Okay. So like top finger to there. So I measure like, okay, I don't want it to be any longer than that. So I always on a wine thing, like I don't want it to be any longer. So now I have to pick it up and figure out what that means. 7 inches. So
I love it.
The designs that we're doing, and then I have actually 2 if we run out of time or have time, and I can do 2. The designs that we're working with are from one of my bundles, which I didn't take a picture of it.
Yeah. And Dawn has this in the link below, so you guys can have quick access to this one. But these are actually Tara's designs, and this is a quite big bundle. How many designs are there?
It is. So I want to tell them about it. It is 122 designs. I've done a lot of different bundles for themes like St. Patrick's Day, Christmas, Valentine's Day, hostess gift, engagement, wedding, all kinds of things. But only on design bundles am I making a mega bundle deal. So it's a design bundles exclusive. You won't find it anywhere else that I sell these things. So it's 122 designs. It's normally $19, which is a 60% savings over buying them all. And today, for 9 hours, it's $1. So
I'm actually going to bring it open. So give me 2 seconds, and I'm actually going to show everybody. I think
All
we've
right,
got
I'm
it
going
pulled
to do
up
this
here.
one.
Go ahead. So
I'm going to
cute.
do this little Santa one. And I'm going to do also this one. This is just like a hostess gift one. And these are great to just have around. So like if I'm in a wine bag mode, I'll usually do a couple extras so that I have them. So then if we're invited to dinner somewhere, or, you know, my husband does one of those last minutes, hey, I need something for so-and-so, I can be like, oh, I got the perfect bag, throw a bottle of wine in it, go. You're done. Good.
I love that. You're so smart.
Yeah. And so you'll have 122 options to play with.
Yeah, and so here is, so you guys can visually see that here. So 122 for $1. So you guys can snag this. This one is about halfway sold out or so. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. But you guys can see there is so many good options there. These are so cute. I love this thanks as well. That's one of the first ones that stood out to me as well. Such a great gift.
Yeah.
Office gift, especially because you have Dirty Santa this year. Some people call it White Elephant, or you just have that person that you've got to,
Wait,
like I said, The Office or something.
what did you call it?
Some people call it, is it White Elephant?
Did you call it Dirty Santa?
Yeah, we call it Dirty Santa.
I've never heard that. We always call it Secret Santa. I was like, Dirty Santa?
Dirty,
that.
Well, Dirty Santa is where everybody has to get a gift. So, for example, in our family, everybody gets a gift that's $50 worth. So,
Okay.
listen, I don't think any of my family is watching, but for my gift this year, I bought the squatty potty. So I've got the squatty potty, and I'm gonna put like the room spray and all of that stuff with it. So I don't think none of my family really watches this. But anyways, if they do, stay away from my gift. Anyways, well, you want it. But anyway, so everybody gets the $50 gift. It goes in the middle. And so we have to draw numbers. Number one gets to pick at the beginning, but they also get to pick at the end. Now, throughout the game, say, for example, you're number 5, whatever number you are, you can either pick a new gift from the middle or you can steal something from somebody else. But one gift can only be stolen like twice, and that's it. It's locked. So being number 1 is kind of like, it's good because you get to go first, but you're going to automatically get your stuff stolen if it's good. And then by the time you come back around, everything's locked. So it's really kind of good to be, I think, in the middle or something like that. But anyways, we have lottery tickets. There's just all kinds of stuff. But this year, mine's a squatty potty. And so if you guys know anything else that I should throw in there, I thought it was cool because nobody really thinks about stuff like that. And
it might
I've
be
done
really
all kinds
useful. It could be really useful. They might really
now
love
I've
that.
done, even you, because like Instapot and like, what do you call it? Like air fryers, those are normally like $100, but Black Friday, they're like $49. So it fits in my budget. So a lot of times I get those, and that way it can be like an even better gift people want to fight for. My sister-in-law one year, you know, the Santa Tree cup, the snack cakes, the Santa Tree snack cakes that are so popular, they were selling out like crazy. She went and bought $50 worth of those and had them in a huge box that looked like something else. It was unreal. My other sister-in-law ended up with a ton of snack cakes. I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
But you guys let us know in the comments below. Do you guys play White Elephant? Do you guys call it Dirty Santa? Do you guys play, what did you call it with the other Santa?
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa.
Secret Santa. But Secret Santa, I think it's more like you know who you're giving to. Like you pull a name ahead of time, and then you know who you're giving to, but they don't know who you are. And my family, we once did kind of the White Elephant idea, and we had like a $5 or $10 limit. And then the next year we decided dollar movie candy, just to keep it really easy for like the kids. So everybody got some kind of boxed candy, and then everybody was fighting over what they wanted.
Oh my gosh.
Can I share a tip while I'm weeding?
Yep, you share a tip.
Okay, so I often like, especially with the HTV vinyl, it rolls a little bit as you're weeding. So I like to put it back on my mat to hold it down. So that's really helpful. And then the other thing, I don't know where I learned it, but is I'll put a piece of masking tape. So when I'm on these little pieces, I can just put it on the masking tape. Like there's lots of ways to do this. I know you can buy little things where it like goes in there. People use white boxes or like Lysol boxes, but I've tried that and I feel like I spend half the time trying to get it to stay in there. But masking tape is just so fast and easy. Just do that.
And another one too is a lint roller. Have you done a lint roller too, where you just set the lint roller beside it?
I haven't, but that could work. It's not quite as sticky. And the way I have this masking tape sitting here, it's like rolled up, so it's not going to lift up Like you put the
And I love
edges
it because
under?
it's just such a small place. Let's see. Hold on. We play a saran wrap ball game. The kids, 9 of them, 6 adults, one. Okay. All draw names from and had to in a hat to exchange gifts. I love it. Okay, so that was a few different games. We have played that saran wrap game too as well, or the box with the mittens where you had to try to open it. Last year that was hilarious. Have you tried
I don't know
that?
about that. I haven't tried that one.
Yeah, so you wrap a present and it's got like tape and stuff all over it, and you have to have oven mitts on to try. It is so funny. You need to look it up. There are so many videos.
Okay. I bet it's on Pinterest. Everything's on Pinterest.
Yes. Everything. So really quickly, I have a pressing pillow inside. I just folded it in half because, like I said, we've got to avoid this belt. We've got to avoid this bow here, these pieces of felt and stuff here. So I've got a pressing pillow inside. All right. And then I'm just going to fold this guy in half, and then we're going to get it underneath. Just like that. So that way you can use these bags and personalize them.
Nice. Now, while you watch her, I am going to poll the crowd because I was feeling indecisive about this red bag. So in the comments, you guys, I don't know, can you see the glitter well enough? Do you like glitter Santa? Or
I love that glitter Santa.
Should I do white?
Ooh, I
you
like
decide.
The white. You guys, you guys pick it. Is it still? Do you want glitter or white? I love the white too. That really pops off of it. But the glitter's extra. I love the extra, but the white really does pop good.
I wonder if the glitter would work on. Oh, I can't see it at all on burlap. Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and start. So I've got my little mini iron here on 2. I'm just using the HTV Runt one. I've been using this one for quite some time. You can grab the Cricut one, but these are over on Amazon. So we're going to go ahead and start to go here. We're just going to.
I'm trying to watch, and it looks like it's almost 50-50. Can anyone that's seen the entire chat give me an idea of what's winning?
Yeah, let's see. Agato usually do that for us in the private chat. So let's see what she gives us.
White. Thank you. Okay, white it is. So I'm not using a pillow because mine's flat. I'm just going to make sure I don't put the press on top of the thread. And I'm going to use my Cricut heat press. And I looked up all my temperatures. So I have it heating up to 310. I'm going to wait for that. And while I wait for that, I'm going to weed this thank you. And I have another little tip. Because, I don't know, I'm going blind. It's really hard to weed white and also dark colors. But if you use powder, have you seen this? I think I did this on one of our Pinterests. If you put powder on here, it kind of goes in the little cut marks and it makes it a little bit easier to see.
That is so smart. So is that like a baby powder or just like flour?
Yeah, I think it's just baby powder. All right, I'll go back to that because I'm
going to go ahead and
check. Are you ready? Are you ready to heat? Should I heat? Are you ready to heat?
Nope, you could start heating. No, you're good. You can go you can go any time.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Crystal. Do you heat right on this plastic if you're just doing one color? Or do you put I have powder on my finger. Do you
like
put
the parchment?
Parchment or Teflon sheet down anyway?
I do now, depending on the bag. So depending on what the bag is, sometimes I will cover it with a Teflon just to protect everything. And that way I don't get any crease marks or anything like that. So I usually do that as well.
Okay. And I'm not sure if this bag is all cotton. So I'm going to do that just to make sure I don't melt the bag because I don't want to melt the bag live. That would be very sad. You might not invite me back.
Well, see, and that's why with this too, I made sure with that little mini press that I really made sure it stayed on top of that plastic. If you don't feel like you could, you definitely want to cover that with a parchment. I just don't want to fuss with that and move it around here. But yes, definitely make sure with these little mini guys, they can get a little bit hot. So keep them constantly moving. And hopefully
I love my mini. That looks so cute.
Now, what I'm actually using here, and I don't know if you guys can actually get that, this is the Siser Sparkle. I really love it. It's glitter as well, but it doesn't have any texture. It feels just like the Siser Easy Weed. It is so cute.
Huh. I saw you talk about that the other day. I have to try it.
Yeah.
And I also realized I've been saying their company name wrong forever.
Oh yeah, have you been saying Siser?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I sure
I
have.
was at I was at a show once, and they won an award for their display of their entire, what do you call it, like their booth, I guess. And when they were announced on the intercom, it said Sizer North America, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been saying this wrong. I still never changed the way I said it, but I've always, up until recently, they talked about how people say it wrong, and it's not Sizer, so
Uh-huh.
it was just pronounced
It's
wrong at
Caesar.
the time.
Oh, because
Yeah,
isn't it an Italian company? So maybe we just
it is.
Americanize that.
Yep.
Now I'm pressing from the back, which I often do on burlap, just to make sure it adheres well. Like it was stuck, but it didn't feel stuck enough to me.
Yes. Yeah, because Cricut does recommend with theirs, and it would be the same with something like that. You're supposed to flip it and press like another 15 seconds.
Yeah, because it's
I love
and
the
red
white though. That
and
came out so good.
and red is a little tricky too. Like I'm on the edge here where you can see the red coming through. Like I've had placemats where it almost bleeds into white, so you have to be careful how long you heat it. But look how cute. Let's put it back in
That
there on
is
top.
so cute. I love that. So cute.
Because
It came out.
We all know Santa doesn't always read our list.
That's right. Yes, I love the way that came out. So cute. See, with these ones here, the only thing I wish that these had was like a little cinch, which you could definitely create your own. And they do come with these tiny little hats that you can put right on top of this. It is adorable. But this is kind of
Oh,
so big.
that's so cute. You need a
Yeah.
bigger bottle of booze.
That is right. So later we'll adjust that. But I do love this that sparkle. If you guys have not tried, like I said, Caesar sparkle, I love it. But this design is so cute.
Thank you.
I love it.
I also want to do my final point about this powder thing. You do want to wipe it off before you weed so you don't have like powder poofing everywhere. But can you kind of see that you can see it a
Oh
little?
yes.
I don't know if you can see that. You can see it a little bit
Nope,
better, but
we can
I
see
can
it.
see it a little bit better.
That's amazing.
I don't
And
know
so
about
whenever
you,
you
but
do that, you don't have any issues with it pressing or anything like that?
no, no, because it's so little, especially when that's also why you have to wipe it off, because then it's really just in the cracks, which it's going to come out as you weed it.
Yep.
So I better not have a problem now, Crystal. I'll blame you if I do.
How are you going to wash yours? Do you have a little bit of water there?
No.
This is what I've decided to do because I didn't bring my normal. I have a clear glass pan that I usually rinse this in. So what I'm thinking is, I go rinse mine first so we can put the camera on Tara, and then whenever I come back, you can go rinse yours.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay.
So, Getta, if you'll put it on Tara, I'll be right back.
This didn't. I'm gonna put it on my little cutting issue. It didn't cut all the way. Right there. Okay. Oh my gosh, they've left me alone. I always like to look at my design because especially with the heat transfer, I'm trying to take out the back. And so I was making sure I'm going to pull out the right part. And this, I tested it, but it didn't cut as well as it should have. See how that's ripping? This is a perfect example of why you got to test, but it's not working. Yeah, we're going to abort that. So what can I tell you about? Come back, Crystal. I know I do need to rinse this off. Remember I talked about that wedding day mode thing? Yeah, we're there. We're there at wedding day mode. This was my plan because I didn't bring water in here, so I might not have to leave. I'm just going to take a paper towel and I'm going to wipe it off.
I'm back. I could hear you the whole time while I was rinsing this in the bathroom.
So I did a test cut of that other vinyl and it didn't cut well. I couldn't weed it. It was like ripping. Very sad. I'll have to redo it.
So I'm going to rinse this all off. And then now I'm just going to weed all of my pieces really quick. But yeah, I thought about it, and I meant to ask you before we went live, like, how are you going to rinse yours? Neither one of us was prepared, guys.
Well, remember when I went and got a glass of water?
Yeah.
I just used that water and wet my paper towel.
Oh, you're so smart. And you know what? I had a water bottle in here. Well, I wouldn't have had nothing to put it in.
So we'll just see how this works.
Oh, and I'm actually going to turn on my bigger heat press so it'll be ready to go for my sweatshirt.
No, I don't have that weeded either.
All right.
Oh, no, I hope that didn't go under there. How's yours coming?
It's really good. I'm going to try to use a baby wipe to wipe it one more time, or a paper towel. Now, you guys, if you guys have enjoyed crafting with Tara, if you guys have enjoyed this, just hanging out with us, maybe we can beg her to come back again. So go let us know in the comments below if you guys have enjoyed this kind of chill, just relaxed chit chat, because you guys know yesterday, if y'all were here for yesterday's live, that was an anxiety attack. We were throwing stuff everywhere. Did you see any of that? I don't know if you've seen that one. I know you've seen Fridays.
I saw Fridays. I was actually painting yesterday, so I did not see the live. Now look, mine, this was the part I was really working on. When I was trying to put it down, it was bubbling a little bit. Oh, okay. So my D attached to my paw print, but you know what? I think it's still so stinking cute.
That looks so cute. I love it. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, I think with the paper, maybe. I don't know if I should have the white's helping it or not. Let's see. I think you guys can see it better this way. Oh my gosh, it came out so cute. Cheers to Poor Decisions. Now,
oh, I love it.
Look at it. I love using the more thick and chunkier designs for etching like this, just like the one that Tara used, because it just does so much better than when.
And yeah, you're less likely to have that problem.
Yep.
Now, years ago in another life, I also did cake decorating.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, if you've ever done cake decorating, you know that it never goes quite according to plan. And then people say, oh, what a beautiful cake. And you start telling them everything that was wrong with it.
Yep.
And my teacher trained us to just say thank you. Shut your mouth, keep your mistakes to yourself, and say thank you. So when I gift this full of treats to my sister-in-law, she's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And yes, my dog is so spoiled. I love it. I can't believe you made it. I'm just going to say thanks, and I'm not going to point that out. And
you know, I'm really glad that you said that, because I agree. I think we are all guilty of doing that. For sure. I love that.
Perfection and crafting does not always go hand in hand.
I love that.
Gosh, look how cute this is.
Whoa, it is so cute.
Paper towels down. Okay. And there it is with the lid.
That is so cute. I love that so much. Absolutely. That came out so good.
From under. Yeah. And it's because it's chunky. So thank you, whoever designed this. I'm not sure who it was. Maybe they'll throw the link up for you if you want to make this.
Now, where did you find that jar at? Where did you get your jar at?
Walmart. It's Anchor Hawking. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys can find those at Walmart.
Yes. And because I spend a lot of time on Pinterest, you know, I'll look at one thing and then it shows me 50 more of them. One thing you do need to be careful with if you want to do glass etching is make sure the glass is etchable. Like Pyrex, not necessarily etchable is what I'm reading. So you need like a less expensive glass, I think. So, and you also just always want to test it. So just like I did, just to make sure my etching stuff is still working, just find a little spot that's not going to be noticeable and test it. But that worked great. I've done pie pans. So like I have one for Christmas, and in the bottom of it, when you're done, it says, get out your fat pants.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah,
I've also done mine as well. So if I take it to like family gatherings, then I know it's mine. You can't tell me that one's your Pyrex.
True. Now, or you can use it as a gift. So if you want to give like pie to a neighbor, like then they have a fun glass thing, because they're not that expensive. I think they're like $5. So you could do that too.
Okay, are you guys ready for the second giveaway? Let's go ahead and do it. I'm always messed up. Again, I'm messing it again up. Let's go ahead and get ready for the second giveaway. I always say it. I'm just once I'm in the moment, I'm like, let's go. Are you okay? Well, here we go. Good luck to everybody. This is going to be for that $20 store credit. Once again, you can get 20 bundles if you use this or save it for a later date. So good luck to everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Congratulations, Lynn Lomas.
Yay,
Thank you so much for watching us
Lynn!
over on Facebook. We are so excited that you have won. You can do whatever you would like with this. It is $20 store credit. Just reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you are the lucky winner of that $20 store credit, and they will add it to your account as soon as they can. All right, so if you guys are ready for another giveaway, let's go ahead and see. What do you think we should throw down there, Tara? What do you think we should get for emojis?
Your favorite face.
Like your favorite face. What is your favorite?
Yeah, your favorite
emoji face? Show us your favorite emoji face. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and prep up and get ready for my next. So I'm doing a sweatshirt. And the design that I'm doing, and this is still available right now, it is literally freezing. So it's called literally freezing. It is literally freezing. So it literally says literally freezing. I just love it. I thought it was so cute. Which design are you using, Tara?
And it's so not me. Mine would be literally sweating. I'm
not too.
I'm having a meltdown because that would be me. You can ask my husband. There were a few times on my trip where I really needed this. I lost our house key in our driveway, never to be found again. I remember putting it in my purse and then it was lost forever. Then we got to London and I lost my credit card. We had to use the little tappy credit card to get into the tube. And so I'm showing my husband because he's not a tapper. He is now. He's a pro. And I'm like, no, you need to get the credit card out that has this little symbol. And then all of a sudden, gone. I had to cancel it. It was awful.
Oh my God.
I don't know why. Yeah, not good.
Okay. I think we're ready.
Don't know why I told you that.
No, you're fine. That's what I love. This is what I think everybody loves about it. This is real life. This is just besties talking, having fun. And I absolutely love it. So you guys go ahead and use #30 because now we're going to give away $30, which means ultimately you can get 30 bundles for free, or once again, save it for a later date. So use #30 in the comments below, and we're going to pick a winner in just a second. So here we go. So for me, I know my lighting's a little bit terrible here. You guys know that we did this is Siser Puff. So Siser recently released Puff HTV. And so we did it with a big press, which is highly recommended. But today we're going to test it. So this could be a fail on my side. We're going to use the Cricut Easy Press, the 10 by 12 today to see if this works. 285 for 10 seconds is what we're going to be doing. So I'll go ahead and let Tara say which one she's going to be doing. I think you're reading and stuff, right?
Well, my machine's beeping at me. I've never had that before. I'm assuming Cricut will.
Oh, you know why it's beeping? If you turned it on, yes. Yep. You've just had it on too long. Okay. But while you're reading that, I'll go ahead and start on mine. So then that way, whenever I'm done, yes, just in case I lose the camera, because we could lose this one. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have to make sure I do full force on this. So hopefully you guys can't see my hair because I'm going to really go on this. But I'm going to go ahead and fold my design in half. And Dawn has this in the comments below. I'm sure she's already sharing it for y'all. So this is still available. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. All right, I'm going to come down here just a little bit. So
I want to
here we go. So we're going to go.
All right, I got to get serious. I got to get my hair out of my eyes.
Siser says, you have one chance. You're one and done. One press. So you have to really make sure it's nice, even pressure. And you really want firm pressure. So fingers crossed, guys. Do you think it worked? I don't know. This is where we don't know whether this is going to work or not. Okay, so first of all, we did puff up, but I honestly don't think it's the exact same. Can you guys see this? We did puff up, but we do have some texture that I've seen people show before. And so let me see if I can bring it. You guys are probably not going to see the texture here, but it has a little bit of texture. Now, Siser says not to press it again because it's only made to press once, but we're going to press it again and see if it fixes it. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And like I said, it did puff.
What's wrong with the texture?
So the texture's fine, but honestly, it shouldn't have texture. It should be super smooth. This stuff puffs up. I just did a few more seconds. It should puff up nice and smooth. This one right here is kind of a little bit crinkly, and that's just not perfection. So like I said, today we're testing out. I'm not going to do it again. It still has a little bit of that texture, but it did puff, honestly. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here really quick. you guys can see. We'll go ahead and swap cameras. Just give us a second. It's cute. I think that is so adorable. I love that so much.
Oh my gosh, it's really cute.
Cute. So you guys let me know in the comments below who needs this sweatshirt. Is anybody going to be making this? Raise your hand and let me know if you're literally freezing. So my daughter is constantly freezing, so this is going to be a perfect sweater for her. But like I said, it did work. So this is a question I know that's been like asked or wondered. Can we use puff with the Cricut Easy Press? It doesn't matter even if it's not Siser. It just does not have enough pressure. It did go even, but it didn't do 100% what it was supposed to. So highly recommend using a bigger press, firm pressure. It's 285 for 10 seconds. But like I said, it did still puff. It's just got a little bit of scrunch to it. And honestly, I think it's fine. Freezing Joy, oh my gosh, love it. That is my shirt, always cold. Like I said, make sure y'all snag this one. It's only $1. And Dawn should have that in the comments below. I think I accidentally forgot to weed out a little bitty piece of that.
Oh, I hate that. So do you have any tips for weeding white for old ladies with vision issues? Like I am
exactly what you're doing.
Here.
Exactly what you're doing right now is exactly how I do it. So I kind of get down and I have to look at it like this. But you can definitely use those lights. You know, they have like Cricut has one. You can get some knockoffs on Amazon for like $20. And those do work. But did you do it in the dark? That's really the only way to get them, I think, to be more successful. It's not complete dark, but you almost need to turn your lights down to have it successful. So, but that's, to me, that is very unrealistic. So I agree with Tara. In a sense, it's kind of a fail. It doesn't work because who's going to be sitting there crafting in the dark? Now, if you were sitting at your, you're in your recliner at the end of the day, lights are kind of dimmed down, you're watching a movie or something like that. But realistically, in your craft room, your lights aren't off. So 100% agree.
Okay. So one thing that I have learned the hard way, because I sometimes forget to weed like a little piece like you just did, is to always turn it over, put it against something dark if it's light or against something light if it's dark, and just like really double check. Did you get the centers of every letter out? Like, is it done? And I did.
I love it. That design is so cute. And I love the fact that you printed out a copy with copy paper so you could see and look at it. That is so smart.
Yeah. I did it mostly to show everybody what I was doing because I'm like, I can't see what I'm doing. How are they going to know what I'm doing? But it came in very handy.
You're like the Tara tips. Tara's tip. You should have a whole thing on Tara's tips.
Tara.
Tips with Tara. You should have a whole like Instagram with tips with Tara. You have so many good things. You should have a whole TikTok on that. Love the meltdown. It's freezing in the UK. Yes, Joy loves your meltdown. That is so cute, that design. I can't wait to see what color t-shirt were you putting that on?
I'm putting it on red.
Ooh, so cute.
Which is wrinkled. So I'm going to put this whole thing. It's big. This might be like my pajama shirt. Wouldn't this be great? I'm having, oh my gosh.
It would be so
I am going to have this on when my husband comes home tonight. And just there will be no words. I'll just be like, point to it. See if he believes me. He'll probably like get really scared and be like, what can I do for you? He's so sweet.
Would you like me to cook dinner tonight?
Yeah. Well, I think he's working till 8, so that's not going to happen. I need to eat before 8. Okay.
Well, and we're actually, make sure you guys tune in tonight. We're actually going live on the Facebook group. Well, I'm going live on the Facebook group, the Dollar Deals and Discount, our community Facebook group. So Dawn should have that link down below. We're going live at 8 p.m. tonight. And once again, I'm going to hang out and craft. So if y'all want to hang out and craft with me and go over our last minute deals, come check us out on Facebook tonight. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I need that meltdown shirt myself, Jill says.
I just press that. It gets the moisture out, gets the wrinkles out. And then, I don't know if you have one of these. Do you have a t-shirt guide? I know they make printable ones, but I love this one because it comes in a box. It comes in a box.
Actually, let me see if I have mine.
But I bet there's some in the dollar deal that were less than this. But I'm going to use this just to...
Yeah, you can actually make them. We have them here on Design Bundles to where you can cut them. I cut them out with even cardstock, a chipboard here with my Cricut, but you could definitely use my pen to write the marks, or you could use a Glowforge as well to cut out the acrylic. But yeah, I do
kind of use it, and then I kind of eyeball it.
Same.
I think I got some powder on it.
But I do love that we're both different and showing 2 different ways though too, especially because we're going to have a lot of beginners because so many people are going to be getting crickets for Christmas, and
Yay,
I'm sure maybe snag some for the Black Friday because I've seen them some really good deals. Even Target had some deals, so I imagine some of you have got those out and you're just now learning. So
yeah, so I'm going to do it this time without this so I can see really well where it is, and just put that down, click the button, 30-second countdown, press.
Your press matches your shirt too. It's so cute.
I know. And my wine. Don't forget my wine. Well,
you got a whole
makes
thing.
the wine look a little orangey, doesn't it?
Yeah, maybe you should have your shirt on and you should have your wine bottles because you have it down. I love it. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today. I really hope we can beg you to come back because I'm pretty sure everybody is having a blast. I've had a blast. It's so nice to be able to craft with somebody, and it's been so much fun.
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed it. I only had one mishap, but we wedding day moded the one that wouldn't
that's
weed.
Right. I need that meltdown shirt we have from Queen Cece.
This isn't
like I said, I think it's still available. You're going to have to check these designs because we've got a few of them left, and we're getting down to the hours now. We're 9 hours in, and so definitely make sure you guys snag these designs before they are gone.
I'm going to hope this is a cool peel because the vinyl's peeling up with it, and I didn't look.
No, yeah, because sometimes you know how it is. Yeah, I'll just let it cool down and then peel. Sometimes I'll even pull it off my mat, like get your mat out of there.
Because some of them you can do right away, others you can't.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like if I heat it more, I'm gonna it's gonna melt.
Yes. So that's a learning tip too. Is a lot of people think that just because it's starting to come up with it, you need to add more heat, and it's not. It just is a cold peel. Cricket, I have really found with them, I've got to let it cool down before I can peel it.
I think,
and even in like
HTB Ront, how do you say that?
Yeah, I always say HTB. Yep. I always say HTB Ront as well.
It's working better.
Now, and to be honest with you guys, like this little HTV Ront, I've been using it in my lives for the last several ones, but the reason why, and it's worked really good, I have my Cricut one here, but the base is at my other studio. So I have the press, I just don't have the base. But the HTV Ront one, I've used it so much now, I can definitely recommend it. It's on Amazon, super cheap. I have a cooling block to help get the vinyl cooled down faster. Yes, that is another great tip as well. I love that. Okay. Thank you so much. A cooling block will definitely cool that down. That is so cute.
So cute.
So cute.
Look how cute
I love yes, with pajama pants. So cute. Like
buffalo plaid. I got black and red buffalo plaid from last Christmas.
Oh, I love that. That is so cute.
So
I love the
snow
and stuff.
Do you guys make Christmas pajamas for your families?
We did last year, so we did a whole event with the kids and stuff. So they've all now got boyfriends and girlfriends, all the kids. So we've got 8 kids total, and they had matching pajama sets. It was super, super cute. What about you?
Yes. So I got divorced when my son was 11, and then he would go, like, we lived in Oregon and his dad was in Maryland. So he would always go to his dad's the day after Christmas. So on Christmas Day, I wanted to nest. Like, okay, it's our day. And so that's when we started Pajama Day Christmas. So we would do stuff Christmas Eve, and then we would get pajamas for Christmas and watch movies all day.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and he and I would just decide what we were going to make. Like, are we making fudge? What are we having for food? Do you want to play video games? Do you want to watch movies? Like, just did whatever. And so it's kind of gone on. And like last year, he and his girlfriend came from London, and so I made custom ones. That's one said my son came gnome for Christmas, and it had like the British flag, and then his said I came gnome for Christmas. So it was like all about gnomes and like him coming home because I was so excited.
Oh, I love that so much. That's so sweet. Love it. All right, so let's go ahead. I think we're ready for our last giveaway. So we're going to go ahead and do our last giveaway, and then we'll wrap it up. Before we lose it.
I love these graphics.
I was going to say, before we lose the camera, because I know I'm just going to lose it. Okay, so I know it's so Agata has done all of this. We do have a designer in-house, but Agata has built this entire live system, and she's done it amazing. So is her husband, Jay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and hit that draw button. Here we go. Good luck to whoever's going to get this. This is $30, which means you can grab 30 designs or save it for a later date. Good luck to everybody. Dun, 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 dun. Congratulations, Chicago 1965. You have won. Thank you so much for watching us here on YouTube.
Nice.
You have won $30 store credit, which is amazing. You can go grab these designs we used today or whatever designs that you'd like that is still available. So all you have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you were the lucky winner of that $30 and they will add it to your account as soon as possible. So just to recap, we've made some super cute sweaters, t-shirts, wine bags. We've got our wine glasses here.
I feel like I like I'm on an airplane. Open before using.
I love it.
Sorry. Can't see.
We've got our dog treat jar. That came out so cute. I love it.
Fun. And that was an hour? Wow.
Yep.
Nice.
So
I was
much.
Nervous. I was nervous we weren't going to have enough to do. It was going to feel like forever. I was going to have to go to the bathroom.
It goes so fast. That's where I was live 2 hours. I think it was last Friday. I didn't even feel like it.
Gosh.
It just goes by so fast. But
wow.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And I truly hope you will come back. And
absolutely.
I will see you live on Pinterest on the 13th.
All right. We're going to be doing hangover kits. So
hangover kits. So y'all make sure go check it out. All right. Bye for now, guys.
Bye.
It's that time of year where we're hosting our ultimate dollar event from November 25th through November 30th. You guys can snag designs and bundles for $1. There's only 500 copies of each. Unless you guys are a Plus member, you guys have unlimited copies.